I had an aunt that her house was totally destroyed by the fire, and another aunt's house that was damaged, and two of my nephews' homes were damaged. My aunt, for an example, she's 83 years old, and so because she already uses a walker, I imagine that she will go to the nursing home or something like that. My nephew's homes, they will rebuild those or fix them up, and then they'll move on. And then we hope that some of my brothers and some of my other relation will clean up the mess at my aunt's houses.
Our farm was started in 1884 by my great-grandfather, Matthew Wilson. My parents moved into that house, and that's where I was raised. He had a son who stayed on the ranch, and he built a house about a half a mile away. So after my father died, my brother took over the ranch, and he started a cow-calf operation out there and converted all the farm ground to grass. But he died in 2010, and my nephew is running the farm. My husband and I, however, own some acreage on it. It is 2,000 acres in all, and we have about 120 of those acres right on the highway by the house. So it is a very, very special place to us. But in the fire, both my great-grandfather's house that I grew up in and my grandfather's house that my nephew had just finished remodeling and was living in were burnt, along with nearly all the acreage on the ranch, and most of the fences and the outbuildings, the new shed that he built for his calves, and everything on the homestead place, which was my great-grandfather's, except for his barn, the cattle pens, and a tool shed that my brother built. That's all it's. My dad's sister, he has one sister still living, and she lives in Coldwater, which is about 20 miles away. And that's where, when they evacuated Ashland, the town closest to our ranch, everyone was sent to Coldwater High School. And so she heard about that, and she called me. And this was on the evening, probably about 6 o'clock on March the 6th. And then we tried to get a hold of my nephew and ask him, you know, what was going on. But then in about 2 hours, he texted us and said everything is gone. My husband and I went out to a meeting with the United States Department of Agriculture and some of the farm service agencies and everything, and signed up for disaster relief, which will pay 75% of the cost of replacing the fences. But it takes about a year to get payment, and you have to pay everything ahead of time. 1 mile of fence costs $10,000, and we have 17 miles of fence. And so there's just a lot lost that cannot be replaced.